What's up, guys and girls? It's Jesse Daley here in the Caribbean. Welcome back to Daily Weather. Thank you so much for being here. My friends, the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration's Climate Prediction Center has just released their latest Global Tropics Hazards Outlook as of Tuesday, June 3rd. My friends, this product is released once a week, every Tuesday, and the Climate Prediction Center shows us what could potentially happen regarding the potential for cyclonic development a couple of weeks into the future. We can see here this week named week 2. That's actually next week, as because today is June 3rd, valid June 11th to June 17th, and then week 3 valid June 18th to June 24th, where we see these dashed lines in the Gulf and also in the Eastern Pacific. That is indicating a greater than 20% chance of tropical cyclone formation probability. The dark red area is a greater than 40% chance of cyclonic development. So I am over in this area of the Caribbean, so the Eastern Caribbean. So we're not seeing anything right this minute, and the Climate Prediction Center is not flagging anything right now. But let's quickly back up just a minute because I do want to show you what's happening today and this week, and then I'll show you the global forecast system and the European computer model runs. Now, my friends, this is the National Hurricane Center latest update of the Atlantic Basin, and as of 2 p.m., the National Hurricane Center is continues to watch an area off the southeast coast of the U.S. The National Hurricane Center has said that a non-tropical area of low pressure is forecast to form near the southeastern U.S. coast along a frontal boundary during the next couple of days. Environmental conditions appear marginally conducive for the low to gradually develop later this week if it forms or moves offshore of the coast. The low is forecast to move east of North Carolina over the Atlantic by late Friday or Saturday. So there's still a really low chance of something developing here, but good to keep an eye on it because, of course, if you're in the southeastern U.S., you're likely to experience at least some rain, if nothing else, from this potential system. I also want to take you over to the Eastern Pacific really quick before looking at the global forecast and the European computer models. The Eastern Pacific has been pretty busy, actually. Their season starts on May 15th, so we've already had Tropical Storm Alvin, and as of 11 a.m. Pacific Daylight Time, the National Hurricane Center is watching an area south of Mexico with a high chance now of development, and we'll definitely keep an eye on this. This mentions that an area of low pressure is forecast to form offshore the coast of southern Mexico late this week. Environmental conditions are expected to be conducive for gradual development, and a tropical depression will likely form over the weekend as it moves generally westward to west-northwestward. So we will definitely watch that one. Now, let's show you what is going on with the global forecast system and the European model. This is courtesy of tropicaltidbits.com. I've shown you this a few times this week, and the global forecast system has been pretty bullish on developing something in the Gulf as we get to that second week of June. So let's take a look here. We are currently looking at the predictions from the global forecast system. This is June 5th, and moving forward a little bit here, the 7th, June 8th, we do see something develop south of Mexico, which again, that was highlighted by the Climate Prediction Center and the National Hurricane Center. And we keep an eye in the Western Caribbean here. Watch this, my friends, around June 12th, let's see, 13th. Okay, so it's actually a little bit further out on this run, but it is still developing something. Yesterday it was developing a system around the 10th or 11th, but now around the 16th, the GFS is showing something develop moving across, looks like Hispaniola, and then potentially into the Gulf, and this is valid for June 19th. So again, we're still like a long time away from that. It's only June 3rd, but it's really important to keep a close eye on this if you are really anywhere in the Gulf, because this could This has been like a very consistent thing with the GFS, developing something in this part of the Western Caribbean. The days have shifted a little bit of when something may develop, but it's been consistent in spinning something up. So we'll keep an eye on that. Interestingly, the European forecast model has not really been showing much of anything develop in the Atlantic anyway, in the Atlantic Basin. I'm just going to move this forward quickly here. We're looking at June 8th, the European model. We certainly do see some moisture off of the southern coast of Mexico, but really high pressure is dominating across the Atlantic, and the European model is just not really showing much of anything develop. So, it's just important to keep an eye on everything. That is why I love this particular product, because it gives us an idea of what could happen. Of course, it's not 100%. But it's an idea. I am in the Eastern Caribbean region, so right now things are relatively quiet. We do have high pressure dominating, and it's pretty breezy out there for June. It's actually quite cool, unbelievably. So, my friends, I will be here in the Caribbean throughout hurricane season. If you enjoyed this video, please hit that like button and that subscribe button and that notification bell. I really appreciate your support on this channel. And as always, I will keep an eye on those tropical skies come rain or shine. Thanks for watching.